Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 most wanted characters to see in Injustice 2's DLC. Now for the most part, this is my own personal list. All the characters here are in no particular order, and some of these are actually my own choice, as well as a mix of what fans want. Now with the roster leaked, it allows me to pick characters that I know that aren't actually going to be there, so it makes this list a lot easier. I do apologize if one of your personal favorites aren't on this list, but like I said, for the most part, this is my own personal choice, as well as a bit of a mix of the communities. Now at number 5 we have John Constantine, a character that's beloved by fans and someone who hasn't really been given the shine he actually deserves. You see, over the last few years, John Constantine has been seen here and there and really hasn't been given the opportunity to shine. Now since NRS are clearly appealing to characters that aren't as well known, I think this is the perfect time to bring John Constantine to the front of the battle. Now John has been seen within the Injustice comics, more specifically Year 3, where he played a major role in that story arc. Now at the end of Year 3 he does disappear with his daughter, in which he wants to disappear forever. Of course, with the world now being Superman free, there's nothing really stopping John from wanting to return back home, so I would say the possibility of Constantine returning back to the Injustice universe is definitely a possibility. Now in terms of gameplay, I could see him playing very similar to Quan Chi, using arcane magic to buff his skills. Plus I'm not gonna lie, it'd be super cool to see him pop a cigarette as his trait, and depending on which way you press the analog stick determines the buffs he gets for a certain amount of time. Now John Constantine hasn't always been a massive hands-on fighter, so it would make sense for him to have some form of zoning capability and tools that can keep away the opponent. Plus it'd be nice to see another mage in the game, since we're all obviously getting Dr. Fate. But yeah, who knows, we might see John Constantine in the game. Now at number 4 we have Killer Croc. One of the more beloved villains, Croc would be extremely fun to see in this game, and would be a good replacement for Doomsday, as he could carry the similar trait of gaining like a thicker reptilian skin. Now I wouldn't want to see his trait work exactly like Doomsday's, but in fact something similar to Tremors, where he gains one temporary hit of armor for a certain amount of time. Now I know some of you might think that this is kind of a small thing, but that armor played a massive role in Tremors' game plan. Plus it would be very interesting to see something quite similar like this be implemented into Croc's fighting style. Now in terms of gameplay, I would love to see Croc as a grappler. I think it would suit him as he's kind of this vicious animal. Plus the ideas are endless of what he can do with a mouthful of teeth like that. Now Croc does indeed still live in this universe, so the likelihood of him appearing in here is slightly higher. Now at number 3 we have Starfire, a fan-loved character. Starfire most certainly deserves a place on this roster. She's been around for an extremely long amount of time and has a massive following. Totally not because of how she was redone in the New 52. Totally not because of those. But no, seriously, I grew up watching the Teen Titans when I was extremely young on Cartoon Network. Yes, I'm old, I know. And years later, I still adore many of the characters that were in that show. It'd be great to see Starfire as a playable character within the game. And since there aren't really that many Teen Titan-centric characters in it, and not so many females, I think it would be the perfect opportunity to put in a fan favorite, someone who honestly does deserve to be in the game. Now in terms of gameplay, I'd want to see something very similar to how Supergirl performed, but of course be slightly different, as we don't really want a copy-paste character. Probably have her strengths be at mid-screen with zoning capabilities, or if she's up close, have her do something with ridiculous chip damage. Maybe give her a trait that's very similar to Shazam from the first game. Now at number 2 we have Godspeed. Now I'll be honest, this one's going to be very flimsy. I'm not saying it only has to be Godspeed here. You see, I want to see a speedster villain for the Flash, because we clearly see at this point that NRS aren't scared to experiment with their characters. Although there's some similarities, they can change things up. Perfect examples being Cheetah and Catwoman, and Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing. So they could definitely do a few things here that would be extremely interesting. Plus we don't really know anything about the Flash right now, so they could end up doing the whole kind of duplicates thing as part of Godspeed's trait. Hell, he could have a moveset that's very similar to Noob Saibot from MK9. The possibilities are honestly endless right now, as the Speed Force has many capabilities, so it allows us to kind of think and make up our own decisions about what we'd like to see. Now the reason I said Godspeed above the other characters like Zoom or Savitar is because although he's been around for a very short amount of time, fans absolutely adore the design of Godspeed, and it's hard to deny that this guy doesn't look extremely cool. So personally, I'd love to see this character in here, or just an evil speedster in general. Mix it up, NRS. Now there's been many choices for this list, but I'm pretty sure this is one character that all fans can get behind. Red Hood. Yes, he's on the thumbnail, it should have been obvious that he was number 1, but Red Hood has been loved by fans for many years now. Although he may be part of the Bat family, he's really been able to break away from that and become his own known character in the last decade, becoming an extremely beloved anti-hero. Now in terms of gameplay, I'd want him to perform a lot like Erron Black, where he has the ability to dual wield guns and have some keep away game, as well as good mix-ups, a command grab, and just really good ways of getting into the opponent's face. Because he isn't a hitman, he's a brawler. So again, it would add some diversity and choice between Deadshot or Red Hood. But yeah, this pretty much wraps up the video, guys. Now if I didn't put your favorite on the list, please put down in the comments below, as I'm pretty sure that this game is going to have 10 DLC characters or something ridiculous like that. So don't be disheartened that I didn't mention them here, because at least we know with those DLC characters, there is still a possibility of your favorite character being on the roster. Now if possible guys, please do share this video, and if possible, let's try getting this video to 750 likes. It's a great way of supporting this channel and letting everyone know that we now do Injustice content here. Now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I will see you all next time.